people who are 40 plus and happy with their life. What is your advice to people in their 20s? I hesitate to give advice, being unqualified to do so. Instead, here are some points that may or may not be worthy of consideration. Time is very short, and as you get older it speeds up more and more. Time is more important than money. In theory, you could end up a billionaire. But nobody is ever a time billionaire. Rich or poor, you're gonna get maybe 100 years at the absolute max, and probably not that much. There will be several versions of you as you walk your path, but one version that kind of colors all the other versions. This version you could call the real you. It pays to spend time figuring out who that real you is. You will have to deal with people. Learn how to leave them happy to have been in your presence, and you will not lack for friends and loved ones. Speaking of loved ones, just because someone is a blood relative, it doesn't mean they're worth a shit. If your parent, sibling, or child is a complete asshole unworthy of your attention, don't waste further time on them. Find something you love to do, and do that. Do it every day. It doesn't matter if you make money at it, or get recognition because of it. Do it like Henry Darger did his writing and drawing, and like Vivian Mayer did her photography. Do good work. It is its own reward. I am a geezer, 64 years old. It does not have to suck being old. I think it's fucking great, for many reasons. If you're ever in my town, drop by and get on my lawn. Don't fall for the trap that your life needs to be one long narrative that you should be building. Life is best when it's a bunch of happy moments that just happen to be connected. Chris Rock said it best. Now, people tell you life is short. No, it's not. Life is long. Especially if you make the wrong decisions. It's never too late to start again. All in my 20s I thought I couldn't just restart my career or dump a useless boyfriend or go back to school because I was already on a certain trajectory. Made my choices, now I gotta make the best of it. That's total bullshit. You have no idea how incredibly young you are and how much time you have to do whatever you want to do. When I figured this out, I found the man of my dreams, had a kid in my late 30s, dropped my entire career in my late 40s and starting a new one at 50, and it's awesome. Edit. Oh my. I had no idea my post would be so inspirational or that so many people needed to read it. Thank you everyone for the kind words and updates and awards. I'm so excited for everyone taking a leap into the great unknown. You got this. And if you are sad or upset or frustrated with life, that's okay too. You have time and it will pass. You have no idea what comes next and you have so much time to explore. I am still figuring things out. Maintain your friendships. In 20 years you will be so grateful for those people who saw you through marriages, children, illness and health. People who will go for a trip with you, love your kids, remember you as a young person. Friends are essential but they require work. Don't be alone just because you don't want to be the person who reaches out to others. When I was in college, I had the chance to go to Europe but I passed because I had to work at a warehouse. I picked staying at a part-time warehouse job overseeing the world. When I finally went abroad in my 30s, it changed my perspective about everything and everyone. Go to another country that is far away and different than your own. I'm 46, and here's what I know. Money is important but it's not the end-all be-all. It will not listen to your problems or hug you when you need it. Watch your weight, your blood pressure, and do not smoke. 75% of my patients that have the most serious diagnoses have at least one of these factors. Comparison will rob you of joy. Be happy for others, but don't feel you need to be like them. Let go of the little things. Stress will kill you. Chase your dreams. Life goes by so fast. You don't want to be 80 years old and regretting not traveling, pursuing your passion, etc. You cannot change someone. Whether a friend or a partner, their faults will not get better and you cannot rescue them. Don't waste your life on toxic people. Make a point of performing kind acts for others. It will greatly enrich your life. Now, go get your life. Relax more. Don't get angry over little things. Relax and don't get overly angry. While others talk about material things or experiences, the real lesson is to accept that things won't always go the way you want them to, and that's okay. Didn't marry your perfect spouse? That person doesn't exist. Align expectations to reality and appreciate those who love you for who they are. Or find new people. Didn't buy the perfect car? Oh, well, it still gets you where you're going. Define your criteria for the next one and work towards it. Didn't get the perfect house? Probably not. But it's yours and you can fix it. Didn't get that promotion? Don't be so sure it would have worked out the way you think it would have. Vacation wasn't perfect? Are you sure about that, or were your expectations too high? Point is, relax, enjoy the ride, work to your goals, but remember none of it matters if you can't enjoy it along the way. Take care of your teeth. This is the only set you're ever going to have and you don't want to neglect them and mess them up like I did. I've got crap tons of fillings which don't last forever and need replacement. A filling isn't as good as the real thing and filled teeth can break, requiring crowns. I have 2 and it sucks. Brush and floss thoroughly every single day without exception. Hell, get an electric toothbrush. See the dentist regularly. Ditch the sugary drinks. I was a raging alcoholic in my 20s and thought I would never recover from it. I never found a real job using my first degree or my master's. Part of it was because I was always drunk, part of it was the job market at the time. I went back to school in my 30s and found something I like a whole lot more. Now, I'm married, nearly 10 years sober, and have a great job. My point is, if you end up on the wrong path or don't like where you are, there's always time to turn around and change it. Too many people just assume they're stuck where they are and stuck with the issues they have. When I was 22, an older gentleman asked me how old I was and then told me, Chad 303, when you are twice that age, you'll be twice the man you are today. I almost considered it a slight in that moment, but time has proven him wise. Here I am, twice that age and, in my humble estimation, twice the man than I was then. I believe this chiefly because I have learned that kindness is not a weakness, humility serves you better than pride, and cruelty is a fool's game. Everything you get becomes something you have. Learn how to be happy having things instead of getting them. It's not a race. Stop comparing yourself to others. Just because they did things sooner than you, doesn't mean they're happier or better. Try to start good habits. It is a little rough at first, but in a few years it will be second nature. Do this with things like cooking, cleaning, saving money and self-care. It is okay to not like someone. It is also okay to have someone not like you. People are going to not like you for no reason. That is okay. It's a them issue and not a you issue. Don't be an ass to everyone and give them reason to dislike you, but also know that you are under no obligation to put up with someone else's bad friendship. There is no shame in seeing a mental health professional. Never rely on your kids to make you happy. They will have to move on to their lives. Plan accordingly. Don't put yourself in ridiculous amounts of debt trying to portray a certain image. You'll spend your entire life trying to get out of the hole you dug, or you'll have to declare bankruptcy. Set aside enough money to cover 3-6 months of expenses for emergencies just like now. Moreover, save now for your retirement years. It doesn't require much, and if you have it taken directly from your paycheck you won't be inclined to not pay yourself first. Take care of your body. Exercise to maintain a healthy weight and good cardiovascular health. As you get older, it's much harder to maintain these. Enjoy the days of your youth without going overboard. There is nothing wrong with having a good time, yet if you are always waking up wondering what happened last night, why you can't remember how you spent so much money, or you always have a hangover, you should tone it down a bit. Don't take advice or criticism as a personal attack. Most times the people who care about you have observed behavior in you which is off-putting, doesn't reflect who you really are or could be or would make you a more rounded person. Get a regular exercise routine going and stick to it like your quality of life depends on it, because it does. Start saving now for your retirement. Avoid debt. Floss daily. Exercise daily. The biggest regret my dad has was not starting some sort of savings for retirement when he was in his 20s. He didn't start putting money into his 401k until he was 30 or so. If you don't have access to a 401k, look into getting an IRA or something you can just chip something into every week or month. Save your money. I wish I could have backed the thousands of dollars I threw in the fire partying at clubs. This whole thread is wholesome F. I'm 32, but I wish I wouldn't have spent more of my 20s listening to advice of slightly older people rather than trying to prove that I could figure it out on my own. Imagine how much energy I could have saved. Figure out what is important to you in life. A shocking amount of people never do this. The sooner you do, the better off you will be. It is important to me to be able to take care of myself and have enough left over to support those I love. If I'm doing that, it is hard to get down, or be worried, or care what other people think of me, etc. I'm still going to pursue my career, and other interests. I just don't have anything emotionally riding on their successes, At least not in relation to my own sense of self-worth. I'm not doing a fun job, or an inspiring job, I'm doing one that pays the most for the least work. For me, that's okay, because with the excess time, I can spend it with people I love. With the excess money I can help pay for my friends who didn't get to go to college to do it now. I can take time off at a drop of a hat to fly across country and help in a family emergency, etc. There's the phrase live so God can use you. I'm not religious, but I do value the idea of setting your life up so when an opportunity to do something that you care about, that matters, arises, you're in a position to do it. Figure out what you want for yourself, and what you want for others. It will make planning and achieving it easier. Edit, as a lot of people are asking me what I do, I work in tech, probably unsurprisingly. I basically decided to get a degree in math instead of English because one had much better job prospects. Though I do like analytics, and solution architecture, and all that jazz, I'd definitely use that time to read the Iliad for the 4th time if it paid the same. Also, to be clear, I am not advocating for this path, just that it is important to understand the path you want, and make sure you're on it. It is just as important to not work a job you hate, to make time for your passions, etc. I've worked nearly 30 jobs in my life, with kids, construction, lumber yards, tour guide, nursing homes, you name it. I'm good at compartmentalizing, and just really don't mind what I work on. So getting the most return on my work is a clear metric to focus on. If I got a lot of my sanity and sense of satisfaction from my job, I'd 100% work with kids, or in education, instead. I'm 40. This is my input. Everyone is focused on themselves to care too much about their opinion of you. So fuck what they think. Social media is only an illusion. Zero debt is an amazing feeling. Think twice before dropping that down payment on that fully loaded 2020 Dream Mobile that offers nothing but looks and depreciates value quickly. Falling out of love is perhaps more powerful than falling in love. Use up all of your vacation time, sick time at work. Don't lose sight of the hobbies you enjoyed as a child. They will help you live as you grow older. Family is not necessarily blood, but instead who you would bleed for. There are just as much benefits to being a night owl as there are to being an early bird. Forgive yourself first before forgiving others. Do not be a doormat in submission, but hold the door open in kindness.